I didn't throw your toothbrush away. It's still in my cup, bristles a little bent, like they're tired of pretending you'll be back in the morning. I even rinsed it the way you like, hot water first, then cold, because that's what you did. And somehow my hands think if they repeat you enough times, you'll reappear. Is that crazy? Don't answer. I already know what you'd say. You'd do that little laugh through your nose, the one that used to mean you're being dramatic, and you'd squeeze my cheek like I'm adorable, like I'm harmless. Harmless. That word has been following me around like a stray cat. Everyone thinks I'm harmless. The sweet girlfriend, the supportive girlfriend, the girlfriend who just loves hard. Meanwhile, you're the one walking away. Like love is a jacket you can hang back up on the hook when it gets too warm. You told me you needed space. Space. Like I'm a planet with too much gravity. Like you were just orbiting me. And now you've decided you want to see what it's like to float. But you don't get to float. Not after everything. Not after the way you looked at me that night in the kitchen, with my hair still wet from the shower and your hands on my waist, like you were holding on to the last real thing in the world. You said, I'm lucky, and I swear the air changed, like even the lights got softer because they wanted to listen. I replay that moment so often, I can tell you exactly what the room smelled like. Dish soap, warm garlic, and that stupid candle your sister gave me that you pretended to hate but always lit anyway. So when you say space, what I hear is, I'm going to pretend none of that counted. And I'm sorry, but I can't let you rewrite us like it was a rough draft. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is why I had to leave. No, this is why you don't get to. Because here's the truth I never said out loud. I don't fall in love casually. I don't do the cute little crush thing. I don't do the we'll see where it goes. When I love, it's like my whole body signs a contract and my brain stamps it in ink and files it away under forever. You should have read the fine print. Do you remember the first time you called me baby without thinking? We were in your car, that cheap little thing that rattles when it idles, and you were trying to merge into traffic, and I was laughing because you looked so serious about it. You said, hold on, baby, and then you froze for half a second, like you couldn't believe you'd said it. I didn't say anything. I just turned my face toward the window so you wouldn't see the way my smile tried to split my cheeks open. Because that was it. That was the click. That was the moment my heart went, oh, there you are. You're mine now. And I know before you get all righteous, love isn't ownership. I've heard the speeches. I've seen the quotes. I've listened to my friends pretend they're emotionally evolved because they can let things go. But you don't understand what it's like to find a person who finally makes your whole nervous system quiet. When you walked into my life, everything in me stopped buzzing. The anxious thoughts, the constant scanning, the ache that felt like I was missing a piece I couldn't name. It all went silent. So yeah, maybe I got attached. Maybe I got a little too attached. Like when you didn't text back for 3 hours and I told myself you were busy. But my fingers kept refreshing the screen like it was a slot machine, and I just needed one more pull to hit I miss you jackpot. Or when you went out with your friends and I said, have fun. With a smile so perfect it should have won an award, then spent the next hour staring at my ceiling counting every possible reason you might decide someone else was easier than me. I know, that sounds exhausting, but I didn't make it your problem. Not at first. I kept it pretty. I kept it cute. I kept it, I'm just a girl who likes her boyfriend. And you loved that version of me, didn't you? You loved the way I'd show up with your favorite drink without you asking. The way I'd remember the tiny details. How you hate pickles. How you always misplace your wallet. How you get quiet when you're thinking about your dad. You loved being seen that closely, until you realized being seen means you can't hide. That's when you started pulling away. Little things at first, shorter calls, fell asleep texts, kisses that landed on my forehead instead of my mouth, like you were trying to be gentle with a dog you planned to give away. And I tried to be reasonable. I tried to be cool. I said, "Is everything okay?" In my soft voice, the one that makes people want to reassure me. You said, "Yeah, I'm just stressed." And I believed you, because believing you meant I didn't have to feel the other thing. The thing I feel now, sitting in my apartment with your toothbrush still in my cup and your hoodie still on my chair, like a ghost that won't move on. The thing I didn't want to admit, you were leaving me long before you said the words. And the worst part, you looked relieved when you finally said them. You looked at me like I was a weight you'd been carrying politely. "I think we should break up," you said, like you were suggesting a different restaurant. I didn't cry at first. I just stared at you, because my brain couldn't compute how someone can be so calm while ripping the floor out from under another person. Then my throat did that tight thing, and I heard my voice come out too steady, too controlled. "Why?" You sighed. You actually sighed, like I was making this difficult. I don't think this is healthy. Healthy. That's my favorite part. That word sitting in your mouth like you borrowed it from a therapist's Instagram. You want to know what's unhealthy. Unhealthy is you kissing my forehead like I'm precious and then walking away like I'm disposable. Unhealthy is you letting me build a home inside your routines and then acting surprised when I don't want to be evicted. Unhealthy is you thinking you can just unmean everything you ever made me feel. You asked for space, and you thought I'd give it to you because I'm harmless. But I'm not harmless, babe. I'm just quiet about my storms. Here's something funny. I cleaned your place last week. I know, you didn't ask. But your sink had those weird spots from hard water, and your towels smelled like that damp, not dry thing. And you've always been terrible at noticing when your trash is basically a science experiment. So I went over and I cleaned. I folded your shirts the way you like. I lined up your shoes. I even fixed the crooked picture frame in your hallway, because every time I saw it, it looked like it was trying to fall. And when I was done, I stood there in the middle of your living room, and I swear it felt like I belonged, like I could hear our future in the quiet. Sunday mornings, shared groceries, your laugh bouncing off walls that wouldn't echo because we'd filled them with life. Then you texted me, "We need to talk." And a quiet turned into a ringing in my ears. Do you see why I can't let go? Because if I let go, I have to accept that I made all of that out of air. No, I made it out of you. Out of the way you looked at me when you thought I wasn't watching. Out of the way you'd pull me closer in your sleep, like your body was honest even when your mouth wasn't. You can't take that back. You can't just decide it didn't mean what it meant. So I did what any rational, totally sane, completely normal girlfriend would do. I kept the pieces. Your hoodie, mine now. It still smells like your cologne and the outside air, and I wear it when I can't breathe, like I'm putting you back on my skin. Your mug, the chipped one you always used even though you had nicer ones, it's in my cabinet. I drink from it like it's communion. Your playlist, I saved it. Don't panic, it's just music. But when I press play, it's like I can hear you in the spaces between songs. And your key, yeah, your key. Don't make that face. You gave it to me. You put it in my palm with that grin like you were proud of us, like you were choosing me. So why would I give it back? That key is proof. That key is a promise you forgot you made. I've been turning it over in my fingers all week, feeling the ridges, the weight, the cold metal warming up in my hand like it remembers. I told myself I wouldn't use it. I told myself I'd be mature, I'd be strong, I'd do the whole working on myself thing. Then I imagined you bringing someone else over. I imagined her shoes by the door, her laugh in your kitchen, her sitting where I sat, touching what I touched, hearing you say, baby, like it was nothing, and something in me snapped so cleanly it didn't even hurt at first. It just got quiet, like the moment in a movie right before the explosion. So listen, I'm not a villain. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to ruin your life. I'm just going to remind you, because I think you've forgotten who knows you. You think you can start over without me, like I was a phase, like I was practice. But I know your tells. I know your patterns. I know the way you get distant when you feel guilty. I know how you rub the back of your neck when you're lying. I know how you always leave one dish to soak and then forget it until it smells like regret. I know you, babe, and you know me. Even if you're pretending you don't, maybe that's what scares you, that I see you too clearly, that you can't be half in, half out with someone like me, because I don't do halves. I do all the way in, all the way down. So when you told me to let go, I smiled, I nodded, I said, okay,